Okie dokie folks, welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here, and we're just diving straight into the week. Considering the amount of, attention that Hexxagon, which is just Terra rebels, have taken of our proposal and the lengths they are going to FUD it, to work against it, and to rebrand themselves to try to remove all of the negative stuff that they've done over the course of time. And, Terra Rebels imploded down to 3 people. One of those is Raider. I've had my issues with Raider previously in the past, and that person was attempting to utilize me as a weapon against other TR members. And it was just like, I was literally being used at that point. And people like that are not very nice to be doing things like this. Very immature, if you ask me. So what this video is here to do is to specifically let the community know that Terra Rebels have rebranded and they are trying to remove the stigma. Now, this video is in response to them being so uppity about what I've had to say about Station and how things should really be. And they're doing everything that they can to ensure they're going to get funded again. But amongst all of this, right, they say if they don't get funding in the next quarter, they'll continue to run. So why should we fund them if they're willing to run for free? There's so many more reasons why we shouldn't fund them next quarter, and I'm going to be emphasizing on those points as we walk into that next quarter, because ultimately, even if we was to provide the same infrastructure for the same cost, at least it would belong to governance. At least we would be able to update it. At least we would be able to contact people like Ledger and go, hey, Ledger, we need you to merge this update for us, and we really want to get staking and auto compounding sorted via the Ledger route, considering so many people use it. And Ledger is simply just going to go to us, okay, yeah, fine. And then we're going to have to go, okay, create the update, then go to TFL. Oh, can you merge this for us, pretty please? You've got a team over there that are probably sitting there laughing, go, yeah, we'll do it, but we'll do it very, very slowly. And it's not feasible for any blockchain to work like this. Something which I find is a big issue with the Flare network is they don't actually have their own home wallet system where everything's there, everything could be done there. And I just feel like, blockchains that actually streamline themselves and get aligned and understand that you need to Google the crap out of your blockchain and take what Google did and apply that to your own blockchain, build everything for the system, integrate it all into the system, and we're all going to prosper. The biggest issue is people like Terra Rebels saw fit to privatize the sector and just thought to themselves, well, we can't make everybody rich, but we can certainly, take what we need from this. And they have such a bad track record. Now, I've gone through a lot of their old tweets where they've announced their support to Neblio team when they basically sold this blockchain to Neblio, which is actually owned by Binance conveniently. Now, the even stranger thing is if you look at the Neblio logo and then you look at the Hexxagon logo, they're near identical. It's very interesting to say the least. And other people have picked up on this. This is what I find even more funny is people are actually saying, this is suspiciously like that logo. So it's all hit and miss at the moment. And I'm just not buying into this sort of, oh, we're here for the greater good of the community. If you were here for the greater good of the community in this blockchain, you wouldn't be privatizing a sector. You wouldn't be creating Hexxagon. You wouldn't be able to, there's so many things that become highly questionable at this point, and it's just merely people trying to hang on to a paycheck they need so dearly because they're not getting any funding from Neblio. That's completely done. As to what's actually going on behind the scenes, none of us actually know where that funding's going. All we know is that infrastructure is set up in somebody's kitchen / living room / kids playroom. It's very interesting to say the least, and we need to be more professional. It shouldn't be in somebody's home where that position is easily locatable and, there's kids running around. It's not going to look good at any point when we want to go to all of these different exchanges and say, hey, we're going to do this incremental repeg, but, we need to merge our updates with TFL first, then we'll come back to you. No, let's get rid of that. Why have we even got a middleman to begin with? There's so many people at the moment that are trying so hard to ensure that the next quarter TR get funding, and they've simply rebranded to try and remove the stigma. And the likelihood is the next quarter they will use the same tactic that they used previously, where they state, oh, it's Terra Classic infrastructure. No, this is Terra Rebels infrastructure, Hexxagon infrastructure. It's theirs. It doesn't belong to us. We don't own it. Hardly anybody uses it. That's the even like crazier thing. And I honestly think where they've just gone completely opposed, no one's more or less had the courage to stand forward and say, hey, this isn't right. We need to enforce change. And now someone is, you're seeing them work so hard to just try and, bluff everybody once again and try get back into position. And it's like, we don't need to consistently keep bringing bad actors that have proven to be bad actors. Even if they haven't been naughty, they haven't been bad. They've been completely unproductive. They've just merely privatized sectors. And it's all just this kind of like greedy thing of how can we get a foothold in crypto using LUNC and using resources from a community that so desperately needs change that at any point when someone dangles a carrot, it's snatched. And honestly, I believe we're in a very, very important time as a blockchain right now, especially with the proposal being so positive at the moment. It's, it's way past the threshold. I think you've got 1 or 2 validators saying no, and it's absolutely funny to see how much support there is for something that's being built for the blockchain, and people starting to realize, hey, hang on a minute, HCC does want to build for the blockchain, and he does want to continue making sure that this blockchain prospers and no one gets to privatize anything. And if that means no one gets to privatize the bloody Commonwealth, that's what it comes down to. We need to ensure everything gets backfed into station. Everything, on ramps, off ramps, commodity pools, the Commonwealth system, everything. If you think about all of these different kind of like side hustles people have started, for example, Terraport, Terra Rebels, the casinos, all of these different things, right? If these people had simply just built for the blockchain, integrated into station instead of being greedy, we would all be prospering right now, and the price would be shooting up. Instead, once again, time and time again, you'll see people privatize sectors when unopposed, and they'll do what they want until someone argues it. I'm honestly going to be ruffling so many feathers over the course of the next month, 2 months, because honestly, when you take money from people, people become desperate and they'll do anything. And that's the scariest thing. We've already seen what desperation did to the L1 team. And all I can say to people is I'm such a huge target. And if anybody thinks I'm not, I am. And it's just absolutely insane that this is what it comes down to now, that we need someone like myself who is just going to continue to keep pushing regardless of what crap's shoveled my way or what people throw at me or what people say. I know I'm doing right, and that's enough for me. And if the community choose to support that and validators choose to support that, then that's the beauty of consensus, isn't it? That's the beauty of governance and having a system controlled via governance, via proposals, via discussions. Folks, looking really forward to getting into this week. This proposal is probably going to be passing late tonight around 10:30. Really excited to see this one go through. It's a huge landmark moment for us. It's a huge win, and we can push forward. And the likelihood is I'll bring an update from the L1 team. If I can get a podcast on this, that's what I'm going to do. Folks, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody who pretends to be me, and I'll catch you in the next one.